Well, good afternoon and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today it finds us at Lompoc High School for a different version of the big game. It's Cabrillo versus Lompoc in Los Padres League softball action. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Lompoc softball field on a cool and blustery afternoon as the 15-8 Braves get ready to host the 8-17 Conks. Lompoc comes in with a 10-2 LPL record, firmly in second place behind undefeated Templeton. They take the field today on a 3-game win streak, defeating Orchid Academy, Nipomo, and Morro Bay after suffering a shutout loss to Templeton back on the 24th. Cabrillo, working through an atypical tough season, sits at 4-8 in league play, and they come in on a 6-game skid, although a pair of those losses were in non-league tournament play. The last loss was another Templeton shutout last Friday, and you have to go back to April 24th to find their last victory, an extra innings win over Nipomo. So with one game left after today, the Braves lock up second seed with a win this afternoon, while Cabrillo, still with a slim chance of making the playoffs, needs a win and some help to keep their postseason hopes alive. Joining me today, as always, is the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, we've grown accustomed to the league championship riding on this late-season rivalry game, but that's not the case this year. But it's Lompoc and Cabrillo that never will disappoint.
No, and as you mentioned, the Braves coming in, having won 9 of their last 10 games. So they're on a pretty good roll heading into CIF. Their 2 league losses were both to Templeton by a 10-0 score, which is not surprising.
This game just underway. First batter up for the Conquistadors is Antoinette Terrones.
Pitcher on the mound for the Braves is number 9.
Lexi Porter. She was in the circle the last time we were here, last Friday.
Got a nice 3-game shutout. Well, Ruben Terrones was over on the baseball diamond throwing a no-hitter.
Cortez.
What did I say, Terrones? I'm getting old, Greg. Who am I kidding? I am old.
If we get that Cortez one wrong, I'll have to answer to it when I get home. So
yeah, okay. Well, they're playing today over on the Votary Field against Nipomo, and we'll be over there on Thursday. But Cabrillo coming in, trying to recover from the effects of Hurricane Ashley.
Little blooper over towards third into the glove to record out number 1. Castaneda there to squeeze that one in, and we got one down here in the first. Brings up number 20, Bella Jones.
Third baseman, usually, for Conquistadors. But I mentioned Hurricane Ashley. It was a 10-0, 5-inning run rule game. Ashley faced 15 batters, struck out 13. No hits, no runs, no errors.
That's pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Jones files this one high out of play behind the plate.
Almost makes you wonder what happened on the other 2. But, yeah. When you get offers from SE schools after your freshman season.
Yeah, that's indicative of some talent. 0-2 pitch to Jones. This one's hit well into shallow center field. Fielded there nicely.
And on some days, on some fields, that might have gone out, but not today, not with this wind. It probably taken a good 10, 15 miles an hour off of anything hit and gusted up to 25, or 30.
Cardenas there to glove that one for the second out of the inning. Brings up Brooklyn Gregory. Working behind the plate today, I believe.
Yeah,
we shall see.
Usually. She's just happy to be in that area and standing up.
Our good friend Robbie Kennedy behind the plate today, calling the balls and strikes. This one blooped into foul territory past first base. Directly into the heat of the wind. Two down here in the opening inning for the Conquistadors. a must-win for Cabrillo if they want to head off into the postseason.
Ooh.
And Gregor trout over to first. So a hit batter puts a runner at first with 2 outs for the Conks. Brings up cleanup hitter Alexia Juarez Wilhite.
Ooh, that one in the dirt, and the runner will go to second. It's Gregory standing on second base. And they're going to say, going to send her back to first.
Send her back to first.
I think they're saying that may have been tipped.
No balls on the strike is the call. Oh, there's one in there for a called strike. Two down, one on. And a 0-2 pitch.
Alexia Juarez White, the batter.
Just low on that one, ball 1.
Traditionally, the right fielder. She is a freshman.
Grounder over towards second. Throw it. Record the out and retire the side.
Second baseman, they had to wait for the ball to get through the runner. It's made it a little more interesting, but it's still a routine out.
So no harm after the hit batter, except maybe for a bruise. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. So after 1/2 inning, it's the Conquistadors nothing and the Lompoc Braves coming to bat.
If you're a catcher and you don't have bruises after the game, you didn't play.
That's probably true. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike Loney. I'm Greg Ratcliffe. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio. KPEG control, turning the knobs, pushing the buttons, and clicking the mice, as they say.
It's whether they want to be or not.
Take a look at the LPL standings going into the last 2 games of the regular season. Templeton on top with a perfect 20-0 record on the season, 12-0 in league in first place. Lompoc 2 games back at 10-2. San Ynez Pirates 2 games back at Lompoc at 8-4. Then it gets a little tighter, although several games back to Pomo at 5-7, and these Conquistadors at 4-8, battling it out for that 4th and final playoff spot. Round out the league with the Saints at 3-9, Orchid Academy at 3-9, and Morro Bay at 3-9.
Yeah, kind of a log jam in the bottom half or so. If Cabrillo's very, very thin hopes rest on Pomo losing twice and Cabrillo winning twice.
Well, they can only worry about the things they can handle, as they say, and take care of business here today, see what they can do. We've got Bella Jones in the circle for the Conquistadors this afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Our first time seeing her pitch this year.
The senior.
Jacqueline Castanedas will lead things off for the Braves. Just got a piece of that first pitch for strike 1. As has been the case most of the season, we have no stats on either one of these teams. They have not been made available. Makes it a little difficult.
Jones usually inhabits third base, so definitely a bit different.
Pitch misses just high, evens the count at 1 apiece. Maybe trying to give Lompoc a little something different to look at they haven't seen this year. Ooh, grounded over to short, through the glove, long throw. Got her just in time.
Real nice stretch over there at first.
Throw from short was a bit high. Foot came off the bag to go make the catch, but fell down back on the bag just in time to collect the out. So 1 down here in the Braves half of the first inning. And Jaden Andrade up in the 2 spot. First pitch swinging. Blooper over second base and into shallow center field for a single.
Yeah, with a nice little loop flare out there right into the middle of nowhere.
Get him where they ain't.
Absolutely.
A one-out single for Andrade. Brings up Lexi Porter. Number 9, today's pitcher, batting in the 3 spot. Takes ball 1.
Bit high.
Nice little crowd here on hand for this one this afternoon at Lompoc High School.
Indeed. It was a nice group over at Buttery for the baseball game as well. So nice to see attendance.
Did I see tarps on the baseball field fences?
Yes, you did.
That was interesting.
And I believe there's even some signage.
Oh my gosh. Foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, it was ripped pretty good. Just about 6-8 inches outside the bag.
2 balls and a strike now to Porter.
She's been squaring to bunt, but has been swinging away.
High fly out of play past third base.
Ooh. That looked like it was going to be right down the line, and when the wind got done with it, it was over at the side fence.
It's over by the track somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, close.
Over by the football scoreboard.
Evens the count at 2 apiece.
Grounder over towards short. Throw to second will be not in time to pick off the lead runner. So everybody's safe.
Yeah.
That was deep to the backhand side of the shortstop towards third, making it a difficult play to turn and throw to second in time. With Andrade had a nice lead over there at first. She makes it in time. And now we've got 1 out with 2 on.
We're starting to get something cooking here.
Brings up cleanup hitter Haley Larsh.
Not to be confused with Hannah Larsh.
I get confused easily.
Yeah.
No score here in the bottom of the first. Lompoc threatening, however. Hard grounder foul. Fair ball down third baseline. Runner will have to hold.
Yeah. That was a quick response to knock that ball down in the outfield. It was skittering. I'm not sure if that's a word, but that's what it was doing.
It works for me. So with that, we've got the bases loaded with only 1 out here in the first. Lompoc threatening to score early. This is Mariah Villalobos.
Number 20.
Well, a whole plate full of RBIs waiting for her if she can cash in. Grounder over towards second. Throw it at home. Gets the force out at home. Alert play to throw behind the plate. Good catch there by Gregory. And 2 down. Base is still full. Villalobos on with the fielder's choice. And Heidi Cardenas now up. Nice pitch right down the middle for strike 1 call.
This is a huge at-bat for Bella Jones.
Indeed.
If she can get out of this without damage.
Base is full, 2 down. 2 real nice pitches. Strike 2. 1 more like that to get out of this inning, that would really boost her confidence, I bet.
Indeed. Boost the confidence of the whole team.
0-2 pitch from Jones, just outside for ball 1.
And that was not a bad pitch.
Nope.
That was one of those, go ahead and think about swinging at this one because you're probably going to miss it anyway, but it didn't miss by much.
Trumper fouled on the third baseline. And count stays 1-2.
I know that you're mentally humming a Bee Gees tune over there.
I try not to do that, especially out loud. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cardenas. Grounder to third. Touch the bag. Record the out. Retire the side. Just like that, the Cabrillo Conquistadors get out of a big jam here in the first inning. No runs for the Braves. They leave 3 on base. So after 1 complete inning here at Lompoc High School, our score is the Conquistadors nothing, the Braves nothing.
Sounds like a lot of nothing, right?
A whole lot of nothing going on. This is the game of the week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
I was commenting to Mike and Dr. Draw pregame that feels strange to be here on a Friday, on a game that's not a Friday. So I can't tell you to stay tuned right after the conclusion of this game for New Tracks. But I can tell you that New Tracks will be on this Friday night at 6 o'clock. That's a show hosted by yours truly. You can tune in and hear some of the latest songs that we've added to the KPEG Music Library, the ever-expanding KPEG Music Library. Plus, we're going to give you a taste of a brand new song that has never been played on KPEG radio before. So join us at 6 o'clock on Friday night for KPEG's New Tracks.
Any idea? Any hints this week for...
Hints for the debut song? Let's see. The name of the group... comes... Well, let's see. How do I say this properly? There is a collection of items between Earth and Mars that will indicate the name of this group. So tune in, 6 o'clock, it's Friday night. New Tracks. Hear what's new on your favorite radio station. Now back to softball. Bianca Gonzalez.
At the plate.
Number 4. Grounder over towards second. Throw to first. And out number 1. Gonzalez takes a little bit of a spill as she travels past first. Looks like she is okay.
Yeah.
Yep. She's got a big grin on her face, so she's all right.
Yeah, well, she's another one of those freshmen, so probably the last game of the season, she wants to make sure she got that uniform dirty.
1 down here in the top half of the second.
Oh, nice.
Maya Adams grounded over to deep short. Throw to first is out of time.
And that was rocketed.
Sharply hit over there. So a 1-out single for the Conks. Takes us to number 11, Rhea Stone Valdez. Shows butt. Knocks this one foul.
That was Mia Adamas, by the way.
Elizondo charging in from first base for the Braves. Stone Valdez, a left-handed batter.
Whoop. Popped over the catcher.
So quickly, 2 strikes to Stone Valdez, 0-2 with a runner at first. Watches that one just outside for ball 1. As we mentioned, we saw Lexi Porter in the circle for the Braves last Friday. The nice complete game win against the Pirates.
Complete good game shutout. And they're second base softballs of us now again. That one fouled over against one of your favorite inventions of all time.
That's right, the chain link fence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, foul out of play.
Yeah, that one got over the Houck.
Stone Valdez a nice at bat. See if she can cash in on it.
Yeah.
Fighting off a lot of pitches here. Got a piece of that one as well.
The fourth foul of the at-bat.
Count is 1-2.
You mentioned Porter on Friday with a complete game shutout. She was not perfect. She hit some batters. She walked some, gave up a few hits, but she got a little help from her friends, and they shut down the Pirates.
Here's a well-hit ball into left field. Nice single for Stone Valdez.
First and second.
All of a sudden, a couple of runners for the Conquistadors here.
And that brings up number 12.
That is Katie Heath. Playing first base for the Conks today. Right back to the circle. Throw to third will take out the lead runner.
2 out now, so
hit that one right back to Porter, who tossed it over to third to record out number 2. Runner is still at first and second, but with 2 down, and we got Thea Reagan up. Another lefty.
Hit that one over our heads.
Directly over our heads. Two on, 2 out here on the top of the second inning. No score. Both teams have had opportunities, though. Foul off the hands, out of play.
Shocking, isn't it, Greg, that 95% of the fouls we've seen have gone to the left side.
I'm stunned. With a 20-mile-an-hour wind coming from the west, I am stunned.
Yeah.
0-2, I believe, is our count. And this one also fouled up third base.
That one just stayed out, but that was definitely a cue ball.
Yeah.
There's seen some pool halls that would not have been allowed. So after 3 fouls, we're looking at an 0-2 count.
The 0-2 pitch to Reagan. Swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3 and out number 3 to retire the side.
And strikeout number 1 for Alexi Porter.
No runs, a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left. So after 1.5 here at Lompoc High School, our score remains the Cabrillo Conquistadors nothing and the Lompoc Braves nothing.
And we seem to be doing kind of a bit of mirroring here. At Lompoc leaves 3 in the bottom of the first. Cabrillo comes back in the top of the second and leaves 2.
This is the game of the week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe, Mike Loney, Bill Dr. Draw Smith bringing you the action. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. We appreciate you tuning in to listen. We've got one more spring sports broadcast scheduled for you. That'll be 2 days from today. Next Thursday, we will be out at McIntyre Field at Cabrillo High School, and the Lompoc Braves baseball team will visit the Cabrillo Conquistadors for the last league game of the year.
Yep. The last LPL contest of the year, or maybe ever.
Or maybe of eternity, yes. Lots of changes coming up next year. New leagues, new divisions, new athletic directors, all sorts of stuff going on.
Alicia Lowry comes to the plate for the Braves. We're in number 12. Braves in their white unis with blue trim and blue numerals that you can actually read, Greg.
I like it. Numbers we can read. She takes ball 1 low.
Cabrillo wearing the mostly black with the gold fade.
Little blooper into shallow right field. We'll record out number 1.
Yeah, that hung up in the wind.
Yep. Anything over 10 feet high is going to get knocked down.
Yeah, or held up, one of the two.
Yeah.
Kind of like a wedge out there. It either goes up or down.
Maya Mendoza now up for the Braves. Takes ball 1 in the dirt.
Braves catcher.
And the fan base getting a little bigger here at the ball field. People keep trickling in.
Ooh,
hard hit down third baseline over the glove.
And that's why they call it the hot corner. That had some steam on it.
So Mendoza on first. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. So take us to
Michelle Hill.
Yes, number 7.
Saw her in limited action on Friday. Gets the start today.
Playing out in right field for the Braves this afternoon. High fly ball over towards second base.
Yep. Got by the shortstop, practically standing on second.
So infield fly records out number 2 and takes us to the top of the Lompoc batting order.
And we get small.
Jacqueline Castanedas, number 2. Her second at bat for the day. Fouls that one off the plate for strike 1. Runner at first with 2 down. Still scoreless here from Lompoc High School.
And Jacqueline is not very big, but she is competitive, which is one reason why she's out there on a regular basis. She's a bit feisty. Ooh.
Grounded past the circle. On the run is the shortstop. The throw to first is low. Runner at second will turn the corner and hold at third. Castanedas makes it over to second on the loose ball.
And that was a hard hit baseball. I'm kind of torn as to whether or not to give that a single or a throwing error, but I'm inclined towards the single.
I'm kind of inclined the other way, actually, but either way, you've got runners at second and third with 2 down. And Jaden Andrade up, trying to cash in on a couple of RBI chances. Grounder to second. Bobbled. No throw. And Mendoza will score from third on the play. That one was an error. So 1 run across for the Braves, 2 down, runners on the corners, first and third. And Lexi Porter comes up for Lompoc.
Porter with an opportunity to do herself a lot of good.
Single scores at least 1.
Squares to bunt, but pulls it back.
Full swing, foul tip. Porter squaring to bunt again, now pulls back and takes a ball to the outside.
We haven't seen too many balls today. Been a lot of fouls.
Lots of foul balls.
Quite a few strikes and a ball here and there.
And plenty of dust in my face.
Yeah, there's another foul. Had the timing on that one pretty good. Felt it straight back, but just a little bit low, cutting under it. Flipped it right up over the top of Bobby Kennedy's head. And back to the screen.
I believe the count is 2-2 now, with 2 outs and 2 on in the second inning. Deuces be wild, Mikey.
Yeah. In the second half of the second inning.
Yeah. Chopper to third. Long throw to first should be in time to record the out and retire the side. Indeed. So the Braves scratch first. 1 run here in the bottom of the second. Couple of hits, 2 left. So after 2 complete, our score is now the Braves 1 and the Conquistadors nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Greg. I'm Mike. Bill's back in the studio. Thanks for being with us.
I didn't realize we saw bodies, Greg.
Yeah. Yeah, just in case you weren't listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just checking.
Okay.
Just checking. Make sure you're paying attention.
As long as I'm not Bill.
Oh, you wouldn't want to do that. Hey, we told you about new tracks on Friday night, so we didn't tell you what's happening on Saturday nights. Saturday nights, we've got a show hosted by our good friend and guest host, Casey Farah. It's called the KPEG Local Music Hour. It's where we highlight 60 minutes worth of music that is written, produced, directed, performed by local artists right here in the Lompoc Valley and surrounding areas of the Central Coast. It's a lot of fun. You get to hear some new music that you haven't heard before, and some local artists get some great exposure. Everybody wins. So tune in to the Local Music Hour, Saturday nights at 7, right here exclusively at KPEG. And, by the way, if you are in a local band and you'd like to have your music highlighted on the Local Music Hour, please get in touch. Call us at 875-2750 and we'll tell you how to make it happen. We're going to go to the top of the third. Foul in play and caught over there just past third base. Castaneda's all the way over there to make that play.
Yeah, and she was dead out sprint and kept drifting on her. Good catch.
That was Antoinette Chirona's first pitch swinging and recording out number 1. Almost didn't have time to tell you who that was. Bella Jones now up in the circle for the Conks today and batting in the 2 spot. Takes a ball. Braves leading 1-0 here as we enter the third inning.
Return throw to the pitcher goes into center field, so a little bit of a delay while it's brought back in.
Low and away from Porter. 2 balls and a strike now to Jones. Pitcher on pitcher action here in the third inning. Little flare out just onto the grass past first base.
Yeah.
Into the glove for out number 2.
Normal circumstances, that would have been a fly ball to right field, but that just barely made the grass.
Andrade there to make the catch and record out number 2. Normal circumstances? Are there such a thing at this field? Brooklyn Gregory up with 2 down. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Both sides have come up here prepared to swing the bat. Gregory does so again and fouls it off. Just shy of the Braves dugout.
I believe that takes us to 0-2. Indeed it does.
You, me, and Bobby all in sync.
I like it when that happens. Mitch to Porter. Mitch is outside for ball 1. Two down, nobody on here in the top of the third for the Conks. Thought about that one.
Yeah,
Let's it go.
Which was a good idea since it was up about 2 inches above her eyeballs.
2-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Got her swinging. Strike 3, and that'll do it for the Conks in the third.
Thought she was coming back with the rise, and that was a nice drop. She had no idea where that one was going. And
our first 1-2-3 inning of the game. 2.5 complete here at Lompoc High School. Our score remains the Braves 1 and the Conquistadors nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That was Mike.
Yeah. By the way, you know somebody out of the area who likes to listen to local sports, or would like to listen to local sports, you can always tune in by going to kpegradio.com.
That is correct, Mike. Thank you for bringing that up. We are streaming live as we speak. So tell your family and friends who are out of local earshot of KPEG Radio. Check us out on the web at kpegradio.com. Remaining schedule for both these teams is a very short list. One game remaining day after tomorrow for both these squads. The Braves will host the San Ynez Pirates to finish out their regular season. And the Conquistadors will travel over to the other valley to the northeast a bit to take on Orchid Academy.
Yeah, which they have a good shot at winning that one.
That's a winnable game for the Conquistadors.
If they can pull that one off.
If they can get past the Braves today, pull that one off against the Orchid Academy on Thursday, and hope for some help.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Having the Pomo lose twice would be nice for him. The Pomo is playing at Santa Maria today, and then on Thursday, the Pomo gets to play at Templeton.
Ooh. So the Conks can kind of bank on some help on Thursday.
Yep.
So a big game for the Conquistadors as far as the Pomo Santa Maria.
Yep.
Today.
I think all of the Conquistadors are Saints fans today.
Yep.
Hannah Larsh dribbles one down to third, throw just in time.
One down here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Mariah Villalobos. And it's not inconceivable that the Saints could get past Napomo.
No.
Santa Maria is 7 and 15. Napomo is 9 and 13.
Ooh.
Well hit ball into right, but right into the glove.
Yep.
Whereas White out there to squeeze that one for the second out.
Yeah, and she had to take a step and a half.
What, maybe 2 steps, yeah. Well positioned for that one. So 2 down here in the Lompoc third.
And number 13.
Heidi Cardenas takes strike 1 call.
Bella Jones settling down just a little bit.
Got out of a jam there early. And little grounder to third, quick throw to first, and boom, just like that, the Braves are gone in the third. So back-to-back.
That was nice.
1, 2, 3 innings by both teams. And the third inning goes quickly and quietly, Mike.
Indeed. After having
base runners galore their first couple of innings, things settling down here in the third. 3 complete, and it's still 1-0 Brave.
11 batters in the second and 6 in the third. So it picked up the pace quite a bit. Alexia Juarez-White will lead things off for the Conquistadors in the top of the fourth.
Talking a little more about the league standings and playoff positioning, Lompoc solidly in second, as we said, at 10-2. 2 games back at Templeton. The only way that's going to change is if Cabrillo did something, Templeton did something very highly unusual and lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, which considering the fact that they haven't lost any.
Yes, not likely at this point.
The game the folks up in the North County of San Luis Obispo County really would be looking for, though, is Templeton and Atascadero, which is atop the Pac-8 league with a record of 18-3. Distance between those two schools is what, about 10 miles?
Yeah, maybe.
On a good day?
As the crow flies. As Mike said, Juarez will hide up to start things off for the Comps. They're in the 4th. Take strike 1. And looks at the ball just high. There's a single to right. Quick throw into first. Was actually closer than I thought it was going to be, but runner in safely.
Well, the ball got out to the outfield in a hurry, and the wind knocked it down, so it got to the fielder in a hurry as well, and good throw to first, about in time.
So 1 on with nobody out here for the Conquistadors in the 4th.
And we have one of the first of our favorite things to occur during a stick ball game, Greg, the throw to first to try and catch the runner.
And here's a ball that gets away from the catcher, and the runner will advance. Whereas Wilhite will trot over to second without a throw.
You throw to first, and then you throw the ball in the dirt, and it gets away. It's like, pay attention to the person at the plate.
That being Bianca Gonzalez. Bobby Kennedy having a terrible time keeping the dust off the home plate today.
Yeah, you might have to get him a upright vacuum.
A shop vac or something. Yeah.
Yep. Attempted bunt.
Fouled off the backstop. Whereas Wilhite trots back to second. Squares to bunt, puts this one right down low on the first base side. Throw to first will pick off the runner.
Very nicely done.
Indeed it was. Sacrifice bunt advances Juarez Wilhite to third, and all of a sudden the Conquistadors have a runner in scoring position with
1 out.
With 1 down. Pitch reporter is outside. Ball 1.
It's to Mia Adams.
Adams looks at the ball low.
Just missed.
2 balls and no strikes. Runner at third. That's a foul out of play over towards the Lompoc bullpen.
That one actually.
Wait for yours. Wait for yours.
Lompoc leading 1-0. Cabrillo trying to do something about that right here. A little flare out into right field, just fair. Signals Bobby Kennedy. And Juarez Wilhite will score from third base on a 1-out RBI double by Mia Adams.
And that dropped just inside the line, and normally probably would have carried on out, but the wind the wind giveth away or something.
Rhea Stone Valdez now up. Left-handed batter for the Conquistadors, a runner at second in a 1-1 ball game here in the fourth.
Here's a runner on second.
Grounder back to the circle, throw to first, will record out number 2. Runner at second holds. So 2 down here in the Cabrillo fourth. And Katie Heath will step into the batter's box for the Conquistadors. She'll take strike 1 call. Takes that pitch inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Heath had a good game against San Ynez when we were out there on the hill the other day.
High and away for ball 2.
That one sailed quite a bit, and Mendoza did a good job to snag that one out of the air before it sailed to the backstop.
Grounder just fair down the third baseline. Long throw to first is over the head. Everybody's going to be safe. Runners at second and third now for the Conquistadors. 2 down, 2 on. 1 run already across for the Conks.
And we have our first conference on the hill. Or in the circle or something.
The circle somewhere there in the middle.
A circle conference?
Yeah. Crowd continuing to grow here, fighting the elements.
Yeah, I think the elements are winning.
Yeah, I believe they are.
And our other lefty in the game.
Thea Reagan now up for the Conks with 2 runners in scoring position. She'll take strike 1.
6th batter of the inning for the Conquistadors.
1 run already across. Runners at second and third. Some fouled out of play. Should be 0-2 to Reagan.
So far, the good news is it's only sand and dust. We haven't had any gravel blowing yet.
That's only a matter of time. Fouled out of play down third base. Count stays 0-2 to Thea Reagan. Reagan playing left field for the Conquistadors today. Would dearly like to drive in a couple of runs here for the Conks as well.
That one just outside. Evens the count. Or excuse me, it's the first ball.
This little floater over there towards shortstop, and that will be caught for out number 3.
It was a nice lob over there to the short side.
Hannah Lars there to make the out and retire the side, but the Conquistadors come up with 1 here in the fourth. They leave a couple. So after 3.5 innings, our score has changed. It's the Conquistadors 1 and the Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
What else is going on? It's well, here's something fun. There's a lot of culture and arts and things going on here in the Lompoc Valley. If you aren't aware of it, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on all the time. The Lompoc Master Chorale is having a concert series this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, at the First United Methodist Church there on North F Street. Showtime is at 7:30. Tickets are available at the door, so if you'd like to hear some beautiful music, what better way to spend a Friday or Saturday night and listening to Lompoc Master Chorale. This Friday, Saturday night, 7:30, First United Methodist Church.
Mentioned earlier that the Braves were 9-1 in their last 10 games. The 11th game was a loss to San Luis Obispo, and the Tigers are currently in second place in the Pac-8 behind the Atascadero. I mentioned that partially because the Braves are in Division 3 for the playoffs. And guess who is also in Division 3?
Yes.
Atascadero and San Luis Obispo. And also fourth place currently in the Pac-8, the Rio Grande Eagles.
Alicia Lowry steps up for the Braves, and right off the bat, hits a little grounder to third, bounces off the glove, and she will beat the throw to first for a leadoff single for the Braves here in the fourth. Brings us to Maya Mendoza.
And speaking of bringing us things, here's some more dust for you, Greg.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mendoza shows butt, takes a strike. My question is, who's the brilliant one of us that set us up downwind?
I believe that was that Greg guy.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can blame this on Bill? The important question. Oh, beautiful job.
Grounder over to first. And Mendoza will be tagged out going down the baseline.
Yep. That was a beautiful job of hitting behind the runner. She hit it down there, and the first baseman had absolutely no shot at doing anything other than tagging her.
So Lowry makes it to second on the play. One out now for the Braves. And Michelle Hill up to bat.
Looks like a ball high.
Slow grounder over to short. Throw to first will record the out. But that does as it was intended. Lowry now standing at third base with 2 outs. And we'll go back to the top of the Lompoc batting order.
Jacqueline Castanedas. The mighty mighty.
Ooh, hard hit to short, long throw,
very
too high.
Throw. And that was absolutely smoked.
Lowry scores to third. Yeah, she got all of that one. Castanedas drilled that one to third. Lowry scores on the play, and it's now 2-1 Braves. And Cabrillo will have a conference in the circle. Castanedas now at first with 2 down here for Lompoc. Jaden Andrade will step into the batter's box. Grounded over towards third. Better throw to first this time. That will record the out and retire the side. But after Cabrillo scores one at the top of the inning, Lompoc answers with one of their own at the bottom. So after 4 complete, our score is now Lompoc 2, Cabrillo 1. And you are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley. Looks like we might have a substitution or something. Margie Ledgerwood came over to talk to Bobby Kennedy. Not sure.
If that's the case, I bet BK will probably tell us about it.
What exactly is going on?
Well, while we wait for that, we'll tell you about something else. The Lompoc High School Athletics Department is having a fundraiser
And
this Friday. Gotcha. Number 4 for number 7 in the 9th spot. Here we go. Get back to our fundraiser here in just a minute.
So Kendra Hockett comes in to replace Michelle Hill.
Okay, back to our fundraiser. This Friday, the 11th, LHS Athletics is raising some money over at the Dick DeWeese Senior Community Center. Tickets will get you dinner for 2 and into the reverse drawing. Dinner's at 5:30. Drawing starts at 6:30. For more information or tickets, you can call 742-3000. If you truly bleed blue, you can bleed some green to help the cause.
Ooh.
Okay, what just happened?
Well, we just had a ball just about beam the Cabrillo batter
Bounced off the
pocket.
Bounced off the head of Tia Reagan.
Yeah, that was Antoinette Torres, and they will award her first base. She went over and talked to Coach Abayeri for a while. Adrian said, yeah, okay, you want to stay in, you can stay in. But,
Okay, that was...
she got to do something quite a few of us been doing today, which is chew on a little dirt, but hers was not windblown.
Yes. Okay, so after all of that, the Conquistadors have a runner at first with no outs. Bella Jones butts down the third baseline. Throw is high and gets away. Reagan turns the corner and stops at third. Ball still loose. So Bella Jones trots over to second in the confusion. And the Braves having trouble corralling the softball. Very unusual. So with all of that, the Conquistadors have a runner at second and third with nobody out. Bella Jones will be replaced out there on second by Harley Madra, pinch runner.
And another one of those freshmen.
Bobby Kennedy confirms our suspicion. Number 24, Harley Madra.
That was
running for Bella Jones.
And number 11, White. That would be
17, actually.
17. That's
Brooklyn Gregory.
Yeah. Trying to keep the grit out of our eyes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And the sun's going down right at us.
Sure, that'll help. Little blooper. High fly ball, infield fly rule. And Gregory is out.
Out number 1 of the inning, desperately needed.
Brooklyn records that one. Then we've got runners at second and third with one down. Alexia Warhas Wilhite now back up for the Conks. Takes strike 1 called. Braves up 2-1. Cabrillo trying to tie it up or take the lead.
Oh.
Little blooper over to right field, shallow right. Will be out number 2.
And if Lexi Porter can get out of this after having second and third and nobody out, this would be huge.
This was going to drop into shallow center for a single. 1 run will score. Throw to third is not in time. That lets
1 run scored. Nice throw from the center fielder, held the runner at third, and but while they were dealing with the runner at third, Gonzalez ended up taking second.
Juarez Wilhite. And here's a single to right. 2 runs are going to score. No, one's across.
And a nice
throw at the plate. Catches the second one.
Nice job by Mendoza blocking the plate and holding on to the ball. That was close, but no cigar.
Aggressive base running there by the Conquistadors. But the third out comes at the plate. But not before 2 runs score for the Conquistadors here in the top of the 5th. All of a sudden, we've got a changed ball game. It's Lompoc down a run. It's Cabrillo 3, Lompoc 2. What do you think, Mike? Got a ball game.
Yeah. And Bobby's cleaning it off the plate by throwing all the dust to us.
Yeah, I'll have a word with him about that later.
Yeah.
It's 3-2 Cabrillo going into the bottom of the 5th.
Who had the last hit for Cabrillo? Who had the last hit for Cabrillo?
That was number 23.
Which one? Oh, mine? Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Checking with our journalist friend from the Lompoc Record. Zoe's here today.
And
here's something else you can think about, Mike.
Oh, thinking?
Hopefully next month in June and July, the wind won't be quite so bad, and you can go enjoy movies in the park. Sponsored by the Lompoc Parks and Rec Department. They've got 3 movies scheduled starting next month. On June 8th, you can go see Jumanji. July 13th, they'll feature Coco. And on July 28th, you can see Despicable Me 3. So bring the kids, some blankets, some popcorn, and enjoy a movie in the park. All for free. First pitch swinging is Lexi Porter, and she drills one down the third baseline, and she'll head up for a stand-up double. And Lexi Porter says, take that.
I kind of get the feeling Lexi wants to win this game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. That was not a fluke, a flare, or anything. That was a shot.
A power shot right down the third baseline into left field. A leadoff double for Porter. Brings up Haley Larsh. Bella Jones still in the circle for the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-2 ball game. Cabrillo on top. All low and in.
Got a little bit of the dirt.
And we got the rest of it. And timeout as Bella Jones wants to have a little conference in the circle.
And Bobby Cooling's off the plate again. Definitely need to get him a dust buster or something so he can, instead of just brushing that off and having it blow over at us, he can collect it.
See, then he can recycle it, put it back on the field after the game.
Yeah. Hard to get it back out of our lungs.
Yeah.
Ball 2, a little bit low, inside. talk about throwing the second, the pulled the runner, but eyeballed her back.
There's a called strike. Nobody out here in the Lompoc half of the 5th inning.
Yeah. Bella kind of started that one outside, just let it blow back across the plate there. That was an interesting pitch.
Line drive to the shortstop will record the first out of the inning. As Haley Large hit it where they was.
Yeah,
that time.
I would say that was golf to shortstop, but I'm used to golf shots being in the air. So
yeah, it's not. Villalobos grounder in the center field.
That was rocketed.
Porter has to hold at third.
That was about a foot to the right of the second base bag, and
about a foot off the ground.
And it got out of the infield in a hurry.
Mariah Villalobos with a 1-out single puts runners at first and third for the Conquistadors and brings up Heidi Cardenas.
Even the birds are having trouble flying today.
I'll tell you how windy it is. I actually saw a seagull walking a little while ago.
Yeah, well,
that's how bad this is.
I just saw one that got blown about 30 feet to the right. It was trying to head kind of down the first base line, and next thing it knew, it was over.
Gonna have another pitch runner. Let's see. So Tamayo will come in to run for Villalobos.
Should mention in softball, you can re-enter the game if you've been lifted once.
One down, runners at the corners for the Braves. Cardenas fouls this one out of play.
Yeah, that one got up in the jet stream, and good pursuit, but they had no shot at getting anywhere near that one.
I think it's halfway to San Ynez right now, actually.
Yeah.
Little blooper over towards third. Out foul territory, but there to make the play.
And tagging up and going to second is runner at first, Tamayo, who just come into the game.
So an important out for the Conquistadors there. 2 down. Runners at second and third now for Lompoc. And that'll bring up Alicia Lowry. Right back to the circle. Jones will put it in the glove, toss to first, and the Braves have retired here in the 5th. So Jones gets out of a jam here in the 5th inning. The Braves lead a couple, come up empty. So after 5 complete, our score is still the Conquistadors 3, the Braves 2. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports and your favorite radio station. 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
Don't forget, next week is actually National Public Works Week. Say that 3 times fast. And on Monday, the 14th, City of Lompoc is going to offer you the opportunity to go visit their corporate yard down on West Laurel, 1300 West Laurel. You can go in and meet some of the people, see some of the equipment, and learn how things work in the Public Works Division. That's next Monday from 9 to 2 at the Lompoc Corporate Yard.
I even heard a rumor that Greg was going to actually wash the TAP TV truck.
That's don't believe it. It's a nasty rumor. The truck gets washed once a year right before the parade. And that is it. Well, all of a sudden, Mike, we are going to the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Cabrillo with a 1-run lead.
I was going to say here at the Lompoc softball field, but I think we'll call it the wind tunnel.
The Lompoc wind tunnel, yes. This, I believe,
that's one of our lefties. It's number 12.
11. There's 11.
Number 11. Yeah.
Ria Stone Valdez. We'll ground her back to the circle. Porter will glove it, toss it underhand to first to record out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That works pretty well.
And there's number 12, Katie Heath.
There's number 12.
Jumped the gun a bit.
Katie Heath playing first base for the Conquistadors today.
It's blowing so hard to blow me down the list.
High fly just in front of foul territory towards first base. And that'll be in the glove.
Yeah. Mendoza out from behind the plate to snag it.
So pretty efficient for the Braves so far. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yeah, that'll work. Right. 3 pitches, Greg.
3?
3, yes.
Did I miss one?
Yeah, the first ball to...
Fouled off the hands and out of play for strike 1. This is Thea Reagan.
The other lefty.
Another one of our left-handed batters today. It's got a little touch of the bat onto that one.
Yeah.
So Reagan down 0-2. With 2 outs, bases clear here in the 6th. Little scrubber over there towards short. Nice throw to first and a nice stretch over there by Elizondo at first, and the Braves will retire the Conquistadors in order here in the 6th inning. On what, 7 pitches, I think? That'll work if you're a Braves fan.
6 pitches.
6 pitches, okay. That's even better. So 1, 2, 3 for the Conks here in the 6th, and our score remains the Conquistadors 3 and the Braves 2.
Starting to get interesting, right?
Yeah. Most people had this one down as a Lompoc victory before it started. Conquistadors having something to say about that.
Anybody who tries to predict a Lompoc Cabrillo game in just about any sport you care to name is playing with fire.
That's why I never do it.
Ooh.
Speaking of playing with fire, you? Okay. Thought we had a problem. We are going to the bottom of the 6th. Mendoza will step into the batter's box for the Braves. Doing a nice job behind the plate for Lompoc this afternoon.
Yeah. Steps into the batter's box. What part of it remains on the field?
Most of it is blown into my pocket. Little throw.
little hopper over towards third, just shy of the circle, and third baseman couldn't come up with it. Ended up face down in the dirt in the circle.
So a leadoff single for Mendoza. Puts a runner at first with nobody out and brings up
a swinging bunt.
Kendra Hockett shows bunt. Runner takes off. Mendoza slides in safely to second base. A raucous crowd here at Lompoc High School this afternoon. Hockett, as you recall, came in as a pinch runner earlier, I believe.
Yeah. No, she came in at the end of the fourth on a straight replacement.
Ah, okay.
Foul ball goes back to the screen eventually. No advance by the runner.
1-1 the count now to Hockett. Bunts this one off the plate for strike two. We've got Maya Mendoza over at second for the Braves.
Yeah, that's an indication of how hard it's blowing, Greg. We've had two bunt fouls that landed in front of the plate and reached the screen.
Big swing by Hockett, comes up empty, and she'll go down for the out.
Runner on second, one out. And Jacqueline Castanedas comes to the plate, and she has been swinging a hard bat.
Indeed. She's swinging hard again. This one will fly directly into the glove in left field, however. Tagging up and throwing to third.
And
got her. A diving slide by Mendoza at third, and she gets picked off. Nice play out there in right field by Reagan. Get that ball back in quickly, and the Braves go down. Big defensive stop by the Conquistadors ends the sixth. Braves come up empty. 6 complete here at Lompoc High School. Our score remains the Conquistadors 3 and the Braves 2. And Lompoc running out of opportunities offensively.
Yeah. It's getting a bit late.
6 complete. The Conquistadors up by 1.
And this would be a huge win for Cabrillo if they can pull it off.
Well, as we said at the top of the broadcast, they need this game to stay alive in the playoff hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of business and hope for some help.
The Braves looking forward to the playoffs. They are in Division 3. Currently ranked in 16th place in Division 3.
Not surprisingly, Templeton is ranked number 1.
They're not in Division 3. They're in Division 5.
But they're ranked number 1.
Yeah, along with San Ynez, Napomo, and Cabrillo. Santa Maria Morro Bay in Division 6, Orcutt Academy in Division 7. St. Joe is also in Division 5. And Dos Pueblos. If you're wondering what kind of nest
we're going to go to the top of the 7th here, Mike. Cabrillo will lead off with the top of the order. Antoinette Chironis fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Goes after a high one for strike 2.
If you're wondering what kind of nest the local squads are getting into going into the Channel League, the current Channel League lineup, Buena, San Marcos, DP, Ventura, and Santa Barbara. Buena and Ventura both leave. Buena is in Division 2, San Marcos D4, DP 5, Ventura 6, and Santa Barbara 7. And that, by the way, is the order they are currently in.
Yikes.
In the Channel League. So
Antoinette Chironas takes strike 3 called and records out number 1.
I believe that's the 3rd strikeout for Porter today.
Bella Jones steps in as the second batter of the inning, takes ball 1. It's 3-2 Conquistadors here in the top of the 7th. One out, nobody on. And a ball outside to Jones.
2-0 count.
Flares this one into center field, and a beautiful running catch.
That was the right fielder coming over. That was Hockett.
Hockett, yep. Kendra Hockett on full sprint mode. Catches that one backhanded on the run.
With it curving away from her with the wind pushing it down. That was...
She just robbed Bella Jones of probably a double.
Yeah.
So 2 down. And there's a single slapped into center field. Cabrillo not quite ready to put this inning to bed. Brooklyn Gregory with a 2-out single.
As you can tell from the Cabrillo dugout to our left, they were excited and still are.
That's a good thing. Alexia Juarez-Wilhite steps in and takes strike 1 called. 2 down, a runner at first. Cabrillo with a 1-run lead. I'm sure they'd like to put in a couple more before this inning is over.
Ooh.
Fouls that one out of play. Seem to have run out of softballs. Oh, there we go. They found some more. That's the car we had to call the game because they ran out of balls. Pitch is in there low for a ball. I think that takes us to a 1-2.
Sounds good to me.
Chopper back to past the circle, past the second baseman, and into center field for a single.
And that was definitely a seeing eye single.
Yeah.
That was,
Porter tried to get a glove on it, couldn't. And it slips its way past second base and into center field for a 2-out single. So Cabrillo with runners at first and second now with 2 down. And Bianca Gonzalez up. Hit over towards short. Throw to first. That'll record the out and retire the Conks here in the 7th. So they made it exciting, but came up empty. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. So after 6.5 innings, our score is the Conquistadors 3 and the Braves 2. And Lompoc is down to its last 3 outs. So you like prep softball?
Yeah, I do, Greg.
Yes, I do.
Yep. So looks like Lompoc, Cabrillo, Santa Ynez should fit in pretty well with the Channel League next year in softball. The really tough team, Buena, is going away. Really tough team from the LPL, Templeton, is going away. So,
okay, well,
they won't have to face Hurricane Ashley a couple times. That will definitely be an upgrade.
Does that mean we don't get to see her either?
That means we don't get to see her either unless somebody in the area goes crazy and decides to schedule Templeton non-league. A couple of years ago, Lompoc won a CIF Division IV championship. They actually beat Templeton twice that year. Beat Doherty twice that year. One of those was a 3-1 victory in extra innings where she had 18 strikeouts. So even when you beat her,
she beat you up.
She's going to beat you up. So,
okay, we are going to the bottom of the 7th. Lompoc will send Jaden Andrade up to bat to start things off. It's 3-2 Comps.
And Bella Jones has been solid today.
First pitch grounded into center field for a leadoff single. Good start for the Braves here in the 7th.
Yeah. Porter comes up, and she has been pretty effective with the bat today, too.
Pitcher on pitcher here in the 7th. Porter squares to bunt.
And if she can get on, we move up to the top of the lineup.
Takes a strike on that bunt attempt, I believe.
Yeah. Squared the bunt and then kind of chopped at it, but did not get any of the ball.
1 on, nobody out for the Braves here in the 7th.
Oh.
This one, a bunt just drifts foul down the third baseline.
The wind got just enough of it. It pushed it foul. It was probably a foot and a half inside the line and kind of took a left turn.
One on, nobody out for the Braves here in the 7th. 0-2 pitch, swinging away. High fly ball, deep left.
Very high.
Bounces out of the glove, and everybody's safe. And the wind had to have had something to do with that.
Yeah, it was wiggling around up there. It looked like a worm coming down.
So Porter with a deep single to left. Andrade goes to second. And we'll have a coach's summit over here on the third baseline. The Braves in business with runners at first and second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Down by a run. Looks like we'll have another substitution for the Braves.
It's probably a runner. Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy over to let us know.
So what we got, Greg?
So here's the situation. What is the situation, Mike?
Well, I didn't catch what Bobby said. Did you?
20 coming in for 25.
Okay. For 35?
35, yep, that's right. Bunt just out in front of first base. The throw goes to third. It is in the dirt and back into left field. And all of a sudden, the Braves have got the bases loaded with nobody out. That was Haley Larson, put down a nice bunt down the third baseline, and everybody's safe. Mariah Villalobos up for the Braves with the bases loaded and nobody out. Braves down 1. And Chopper over towards second. The ball is loose. 1 run scores. Andrade crosses the plate to tie it up at 3.
And that was the change. Villalobos in for Tamayo. Tamayo had come in as a pinch runner earlier.
The bases are still full for the Braves. There are still nobody out. The score is now tied 3-3. And we'll have another timeout for a Braves powwow down the third baseline. Batter and all the base runners will get together and decide what their strategy is going to be. Coach Ledgerword going to join the fun. Well, maybe not. She got halfway there.
And they say, we don't want to tie together.
We've got a tie ball game. The score is 3-3. Braves tie it up here in the bottom of the seventh. They need one more to put a stamp on this one. Bases are full.
Heidi Cardenas.
Nobody out.
Comes to the plate with a chance to be the hero.
Takes a nice cut at the first pitch, but comes up empty for strike one.
And she was not looking for one RBI. She was looking for 4.
At least 3. Yeah.
Corner,
1 pitch to Cardenas.
Corner infielders in.
Chopper to third. Throw back to home plate for 1. Over to first for 2. Nice defense by the Conquistadors. They get the lead runner to prevent the winning run from coming across. So from nobody out and the bases full, we've got 2 outs and runners at second and third. Score still tied at 3. Cabrillo needs 1 more out to send this one to extras. And Alicia Lowry up to try and say something about that. Takes ball 1.
Runner still on second and third. So the winning run, 60 feet away.
Bella Jones has pitched herself out of some jams already today. Let's see if she can do it again. High with that one for a ball.
Both teams have left quite a few runners on today.
Indeed they have. Here's 2 that Lompoc certainly doesn't want to leave. High and away for a ball. One run across for the Braves in this inning to tie it up at 3.
But Alicia get on base here without a run scoring. Mixed up would be Maya Mendoza.
There's a pitch just on the inside portion of the strike zone.
3-1 count.
3 balls and a strike to Lowry. A single scores a run and wins the game for the Braves.
Ooh.
High fly ball, shallow center field. Ooh, hitting the glove.
Look at the collision out there between the shortstop and the center fielder, but over behind second base.
And that is the third out. The Braves leave the winning run at third. And all of a sudden, through 7, we are tied up at 3. Anybody for extra innings?
Well, I can think of a couple dozen people here at least. Some of the others are beginning to kind of want to go home and get out of the wind, but Cabrillo has done quite well in extras.
Just looking at that, back on the 24th, they beat Napomo 9-6 in 8. And on the 20th, the week prior to that, they beat San Ynez 3-2 in 9 innings. So they've had a successful time in the extra stanzas this season. The Braves, on the other hand, have yet to play in extra innings this year. So Lompoc venturing into new territory. A place where the Conquistadors have proved themselves to be pretty comfortable. 7 complete here at Lompoc High School, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. So just when you thought it was safe to turn off your radio, here we go into inning number 8. Mia Adams will start things off for the Conks. You have to compliment that Cabrillo defense there in that 7th inning, Mike, to get out of that jam and preserve the tie.
A ball, a strike, and a foul runs the count to 1-2. That double play was huge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, strike 3 call. Got her looking.
That was a pretty pitch.
Maria Stone Valdez now step into the left-hander side of the batter's box. Lexi Porter still in the circle for Lompoc.
Or as we'll call it, the upwind side of the batter's box.
Upwind, yeah. Whereas we are the downwind side of the batter's box.
Called strike. Just tipped a little bit of that one.
Mental note to self, next season, set up over there.
Yeah.
As he looks toward the Lompoc dugout.
The north side, not the east side. Another foul ball. That one over Greg's head. He's come out of the bunker now, I think.
Yes. Grounder back to Porter in the circle. A little toss over to first. That'll record the out. 2 down here in the Cabrillo 8th. And that should bring us Katie Heath. Looks at ball 1. Little flare right over second base into center field for a 2-out single.
And Heath has been torrid the last few games we've seen her.
So 2 down now with a runner at first. And Thea Reagan up to bat for the Conks. Looks at ball 1 just outside.
Porter missing a little bit this inning. 3 of the 4 batters started off with the ball.
There's another one for ball 2.
And she's trying to work away a little bit from both of the lefties, but that just plays into the wind.
That one finds the corner of the strike zone. Strike 1 called. 2-1 now to Reagan. We are tied up at 3 here in the 8th inning at Lompoc High School. Blowing away for ball 3.
Yep. Runner thought about going. Held it up.
Ooh. Nice pitch on the corner for strike 2. If I'm not mistaken, this is our first full count of the day.
I believe so.
3-2 pitch. High and away and a walk, which we haven't had many of either.
No. So we've got runners on first and second, 1 out, or 2 out.
2 out. And
another lefty at the plate.
Was Chironas. Fouls this one out.
Nice running attempt out there in left field. I think she hit the fence, but apparently is okay. But that one was definitely fading away.
Yeah, the wind drifting that one way foul. Fouled out of play, off the hands for 2 strikes.
Antoinez Torrance with Toronis with a 0-2 count.
Runners at first and second, 2 down here for the Conks in the top of the 8th in a 3-3 ball game.
Porter and Larsh having a brief conference in the circle. And Mendoza chipping in as we wait for the ball to be retrieved from.
Yeah.
Right.
Ball outside.
1
and 2 now.
Saw Bella Jones work her way out of trouble. Now it's Porter's turn.
Ooh. Outside with that one.
Yep.
High and away, and all of a sudden we've gone to 2 full counts in a row.
Yep.
After not having one all game long. 3-2 count with runners at first and second. And Porter having a little bit of trouble all of a sudden finding the strike zone.
And we had a wind gust just as she released the ball, and that ball was floating all over the place, and I don't think anybody in the world knew where it was going. And Toronis managed to get just a bit of a bat on it, and I think everybody was happy about that.
Ball 4, Toronis will take first on the walk. And all of a sudden, the bases are juiced for the Conquistadors here in the 8th. And look who's up, Mike.
Bella Jones.
Bobby dusting off the plate once again.
Yeah.
And a little conference in the circle. 2 down, bases full for the Conquistadors, and a 3-3 tie here in the 8th inning. And what an opportunity for Bella Jones.
Yeah. We've got battle of the pitchers right here, and this could be huge.
Strike 1 right down the middle of the strike zone. Caught the inside portion of the plate for strike 2.
Nice drop ball.
0-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Just missed that one, and there's a lot of people that disagree with Mr. Kennedy's assessment of that pitch.
Yeah. They're willing to let him know about it, too.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Bella Jones. It's a flare single into center field. 1 run will score, and everybody is safe. A 2-out RBI single by Bella Jones gives the Conquistadors a 4-3 lead here in the 8th inning.
Nice throw from center fielder to the catcher to keep the second run from scoring.
And as before, Harley Madra will come in to run for Bella Jones at first. And Brooklyn Gregory up now.
And Gregory smoked one to right field the last time she was up. which with this wind ain't easy. Ooh.
A mighty hack at that one. She tried to smoke that one over the left field fence.
She tried to hit that one to surf.
Bases full, 2 down. Shallow right field into actually on the base pass, and that will record the 3rd out. So Cabrillo's going to score 1. They're going to leave 3. That could get back to on them. But the important thing is the 1 across the plate. After 7.5, Cabrillo has retaken the lead. It's now the Conquistadors 4 and the Braves 3. And once again, Cabrillo finds themselves 3 outs away from an upset victory. Some would call it an upset.
A bit of an upset, but maybe call it a rivalry win.
Yeah, okay. I like that. No quit on either one of these teams.
No. I'd say probably the most accurate description would be a much-needed victory.
Yes.
Because if they can...
A lot more riding on this game for the Conquistadors than for the Braves.
Yeah, and especially if Santa Maria can do a number on the Pomo today, that one's probably already over.
Uh-huh. I wonder if maybe if Dr. Draw is available, maybe he could get on to Max Preps and find out what happened with Cabrillo and the Pomo and Santa Maria. We can let you know.
And we have another change.
Yes, Michelle Hill coming back into the 9th position for the Braves.
Replacing Pocket.
And starting things off for Lompoc here in the 8th is Maya Mendoza.
And if you want to get something started, she's a good one to do it.
Grounder to deep short. Throw to first, pulls off the bag, and Mendoza will be on the second base with a leadoff single and an error. All of a sudden, the Braves are in business here in the 8th inning. With a runner at second and nobody out.
Yeah.
Get the feeling that neither one of these teams want to lose today, Mike.
No, and we're going to have another conference. The rate this is going, we may need to have them build a conference center over here, Greg.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to import some more dirt because most of it's flown off the field today, right into my eyeballs.
Yeah, we might be able to cough and give them some back. Michelle Hill will be at the plate for the Braves when we get back to softball.
Which I think should be any moment now. So just coming back into the game for Hockett, who did a great job out there in right field.
Yeah. Oh,
beautiful little bunt right in front of home plate. Throw to first will pick her off.
Beautiful job at first base to snag that ball out of the air because it was kind of a looping throw over the top of Hill.
Mendoza over at third now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, and we'll go to the top of the Braves batting order with Jacqueline Castellanos. First pitch swinging, grounder over to short. No throw as the ball pops out of the glove. And the tying run comes across the plate. It is now 4 4. Braves answering just like they did last inning.
This time there's 1 out, 1 runner on.
Another conference in the circle. Jaden Andrade will step into the batter's box for the Braves with Castaneda at first. 1 down and another tie score. We're evened up at 4. So the Conquistadors looking to pull off another defensive stop here in the bottom of the 8th, as they did to preserve the tie in the 7th. They allowed 1 run, then pulled off a nifty double play. Similar situation now here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Jones is high for ball 1.
Gregory wants the runner back to first.
Jones has done well pitching herself out of trouble here today, and she's had some nice defensive help behind her as well.
She's kind of done what a senior's supposed to do in this situation.
Ball fouled into the Braves dugout.
Nice one-handed catch over there.
Yeah.
Couldn't see who grabbed it, but they were over in a cluster and the hand just kind of appeared out of nowhere and snagged it.
Pitch to Andrade. Ooh, fly ball into left field, hanging up in the wind. Catch is made, and the throw will be brought back in. Runner will hold at first. That was an important out for the Conquistadors. 2 down here in the 8th.
And that one was not far from being very, very dangerous. The wind held it up there a little bit. Guess who's coming up, Greg?
Pitcher Lexi Porter with a runner at first, showing bunt. Tied up at 4, 1-1. We're in this game. Hard hit but foul down the third baseline.
Foul.
It's got in front of that one just a little bit.
Yeah. Lexi.
No balls in the strike to Porter.
The pitcher versus pitcher matchups have been interesting today.
Swing and a miss by Porter. Strike 2, throw to first, not in time as Castaneda gets back.
Castaneda's diving back in. Just did beat the throw.
Porter showing bunt, now scores up to swing. Over to short. Bounces off the glove and no throw to first.
Single or an error, Greg?
I'm going to score that an error.
Another one.
So the Braves still in business here in the 8th. 2 down, but runners at first and second. And Haley Larsh with a chance to drive in the winning run. First pitch to Larsh is a ball.
A little bit high and inside.
4-4 is our score here in the bottom of the 8th. Larsh just gets a piece of that one.
Was in on the handle of the bat.
1 run across for the Braves here in the inning to tie it up.
And they dearly love to get a second one. Runners on first and second.
Castaneda at second.
2 out.
Porter at first, and this one's fouled out of play.
Jones has worked it to a 1-2 count. And here comes the dust again as Bobby Kennedy sweeps off the plate.
least we can see it coming. We can hold our breath long enough.
Yeah. Close our eyes, hold our breath. Wait for the haboob to pass.
Well hit into center field. This could be it.
That's to the fence.
Castaneda turns the
One
corner at
run in.
third. That's it. A 2-out driller into center field. By Haley Larsh. And the Braves will drive in the winning run here in the bottom of the 8th.
And I tell you, if it had not been for this wind today, that would have been out.
Yep. She got all of that one. A 2-out game-winning RBI double by Haley Larsh. And Lompoc's going to pull this one out 5-4. A real exciting ball game here today at Lompoc High School. Unfortunately, that's going to eliminate officially the Cabrillo Conquistadors from the postseason play. They are going to be at 4-9 here in league after today. Lompoc extends to 11-2 with one game left in the regular season.
And that essentially clinches second place for the Braves.
Yep. The Braves lock in second seed, and Cabrillo has been knocked out of the playoffs in untraditional fashion. But what a game we had here this afternoon. Nobody wanted to lose this one, and they put it all out there this afternoon for their teams, that's for sure. Good quality high school, Los Padres League baseball here at Lompoc High School today, and we're glad you could join us. What do you think, Mike?
Well, if you don't like high school softball, what's wrong with you?
This is about as good as it gets. This one was fun, folks.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you could join us. Don't forget, we will be back on the air 48 hours or less from right now, next Thursday afternoon, as we'll head out to the Mesa, to Don McIntyre Field, where the Lompoc Braves baseball team will visit the Cabrillo Conquistadors in the last game of the Los Padres League season. That should be a good one as well.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Am I sure?
That Cabrillo is absolutely out of it?
Yeah, according to my math before.
They split with Napomo. And if Napomo lost today, and might be a coin toss. If Napomo lost today and loses, because Cabrillo would be, let's see, Cabrillo's 4, and if Cabrillo wins on Thursday,
they'd be 5-9. If Napomo loses twice, they'd be 5-9.
And they split. Although I think I'm looking at the numbers here. If they go, I'm not sure what the tiebreakers are, but they did split the 2 games against Napomo. But that would,
so there is still a.
If it comes down to total runs, that'd be a tough way to lose a playoff spot.
Yeah. So there may be an outside chance Cabrillo can still make it into the postseason, but
we haven't heard anything about whether or not Napomo beat Santa Maria today.
I have no word on that, so we'll have to leave that to another time.
But we'll let you know Thursday.
That's right. We'll tell you all about it on Thursday. We'll be on there at about 3:55 for pregame. First pitch is scheduled at 4 o'clock at McIntyre Field. Lompoc Braves versus Cabrillo Conquistadors baseball. But today, it was softball, and the Braves come out on top, 5-4. So for Bill Smith back at the studio, for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you Thursday afternoon. So for now, we will send you back to the greatest rock and roll on the planet at 100.9 KPEG.
Hometown radio right here at 100.9 KPEG.
Speaking as a guy